What's up, guys? Long time no see. I seen a meme a while back that had a picture of a video, and it was like it had a picture of the wilderness, and it said something about the guy that, and then it had a picture underneath it that had a picture of another picture underneath it of a shotgun on top of like a bed, and it said the guy that does a quick review with a gun on top of his couch or bed and then dips for 6 months is better than the guy that goes out to the wilderness and sets up range targets and stuff. And I just thought it was funny because, yeah, I mean, there's guys that do a good job of reviews, and they do get plenty of views. But man, setting up a range day is hard. It's tough. And a long time ago, back in 2008, I'd go out to the range, and they'd be like a pylon I'd have to shoot from, and I would be out there, having to work around other people at the range. I mean, it's crazy, I mean, not crazy, it's normal, but not many people are producing content. But the RSO may not want me filming, or the RSO may not want me, standing. He only want me seated shooting. And so now I got a facility I can go to where I can wait for everybody to leave, and I'm the only one shooting, and I'm able to finally get to where I can do this type of shooting. Now, I've shot up in the hills before and things like that. I probably could take a big drive once a month and do an excursion, like a camping excursion, and just film me up there shooting. But every time I push that button, I have to have a video, and video has to be made because my computer with 4K can't crunch the 4K. Even though it's an i9 and my last computer was an i7 processor, my new computer can't handle 4K. I don't know if I need to add RAM. I don't know if I can even add RAM to it. But I mean, it's a huge disappointment. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm having a good life here. This is cool. But back in the day, I couldn't do that. I couldn't go to a range. There'd be a range master stopping me, or somebody wants to get in the video. One time I was out of range, and some guy showed up and acted like the range master, even though he wasn't employed. He had that going on. Everybody put their weapons on top of the thing. I mean, I didn't want to beef with the guy, so I did. But it's like one guy had a real nice Colt with this concrete curb, and he put it on top of this curb that we're sitting on, and it's like, well, he was using his holster, but now he's putting it on there on top of this concrete thing that he didn't originally sit it on. He's putting it back in his holster every time he shot. And I'm like thinking, a long time, and I put my weapon down when he came down to the range. But now if somebody did that to me, I'd say, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Who put you in charge? Who put you in charge? I mean, I'm a little more confrontational now when it comes to being told what to do, and that's probably one of the reasons why I wait for people to leave, because I don't want to shoot around people I don't know. I don't know what their safety habits are like and things like that. And second of all, I'm not going to be able to produce the type of content that I do, which means I have to stay at the range a long time and wait until people clear out. And man, I have seen it all. I mean, lately, back when we used to shoot, it was sun up to sundown. I mean, honestly, if I brought a VCR, if I had a VCR camera back then, and I took it to when we used to shoot back in like the late 80s, early 90s, I mean, it would be viral. It would be gold. It would be gold. You'd be amazed to see what used to come out to the range back in the day and the kind of stuff we used to do, back on public land. But, now, we'd be burning through hundreds, thousands of rounds of ammo. Some guy comes back to the gun show. You want some ammo? Sure, no problem. And now, I go out here, and there's like one guy with a group of ladies, and every few minutes they're shooting like 5-round drills. And I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I'm gonna listen to my audio books or watch something on my phone. It's all good. And then when I was sitting there, some other guy rolls up and said, well, you could go shoot over there if you want. The third guy that was over there. And I'm like thinking, what if I started setting up about 100 yards back? They're like shooting not maybe a few feet from the target. What if I set up like 100 yards back? Well, he said that you said I could shoot. I mean, that wouldn't go over too good, would it? No. So I'm just going to wait here, wait for him to leave. Literally, one time I waited like 2 hours, I think, waiting for certain people here to leave. One group was about doing the same thing. They were just kind of standing there hanging out. Then they'd all step up to the range and pull their guns out together and shoot like 5 rounds. Another group. Is this like some sort of ammunition conservation management tactic people use? Like you go to the range, go through the drills, and then shoot only 5 rounds every 20 minutes, and that counts as training? I don't know. Maybe this is some new method that's arisen from ammunition shortages. I don't know. But my whole point is that, going to the range and setting up targets and setting up steel, setting up barricades, and just overall some of the drills I do, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, but I do it because I benefit from it. And I take the audience along for a ride. So if I was coming out and sponsored, or I was being given something, maybe I would do it then too. But right now, I do it because I benefit from it. I do the drills. They're drills that I feel that make me more effective, that get me used to shooting a certain way. Like I did a drill today where it was 3 standing, 3 kneeling, drop down, prone, 3 prone. And so I have body armor on, and I'm looking back and forth as I come up. And basically, it's just in case if I was ever put in that position, my brain will kick on and go, oh yeah, you've done that before, instead of going, oh man, I can barely breathe in this body armor. Yeah, I know, I get it. I need to go running and lose the weight. But I mean, for my size, I was actually pretty quick. But coming out and shooting is kind of tough. And I thought about doing like a thing where I go, to Nevada and camp, maybe do like some type of shooting for about 4 days out in the wilderness. Do some stuff out there, or maybe probably like 3 days, and then maybe day 3 go into Reno and treat myself to a hotel room and a shower. Do something like that, like a video series like that. But those are usually better when there's like other people in the group. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do, solo. And plus, with my computer issues, with the able to compile the video, I'd only be able to make it in 1080. That's about what my computer can handle right now is 1080. Even though it's an i9, I can only handle 1080. But yeah, video range videos are tough. And I got a whole watch that I haven't opened yet, and I just haven't been really, be honest, it's been hotter than hell. Even with the evaporative cooler, it's hot in the garage, and that's got the best lighting, and I haven't been able to do any videos. But I got the range session in today. I'm gonna buy some more 223 or 5.56. I'm gonna buy some more 9mm. I'm gonna earmark that for training. I kind of dipped into my regular 9s to do a little bit of range videos, but it's okay. It is what it is. But I'll tell you what I did learn today. I did off camera, because I had my first 2 defensive rounds in my magazine, and it used to be an old wives' tale that a round that's in the holster all the time has oils and solvents on it, and so it'll come up dry. It'll come up as a dud. So I put that first round out there, click, rack the slide, bang. So I decided maybe my first rounds ought to be FMJs, and then the defensive ammo can come in later. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Second time it's happened. The other time it happened when I was at Chris Costa at one of his classes, and I decided to throw my my Federal Guard dog in as the first round, and I pulled my gun out to shoot just as an experiment. Dropped the hammer, and it was a dud too. Racked the slide, and my FMJs worked because it's been in the chamber for so long. The oils have worn down that primer, and it a little experiment, it only took a second just to confirm it. And if it would have went bang, I would have gone, okay, yeah, that's an old wives' tale. But nope, I've fired the first round. This is the second time I've fired the first round that's been in battery in the chamber for a long time, and it failed because of the oil soaked into the primer, made the primer bad. Pretty interesting when that happens. glad it didn't happen out there. But once again, now I can basically remember that and rotate out those top 2 or 3 rounds every so often. But I cycled through the whole mag. The mag worked, the defensive ammo, all the defensive ammo worked. I needed to work the defensive ammo, but I did it off camera. But yeah, good productive day. It's been a good day. But like I say, setting up is it's tough. If you got some other bodies out there doing it, it's okay. But I got a system where I do it single-handedly. I do it quick. I set up the camera. I get the training along with the footage. And if somebody else shows up, at least I got those couple runs in, which is more than most people do. Some people just take a carbine class once a year, and that's their rifle. Some people take a carbine class once and call it done, and their rifle stays in the safe. But oh well. Just me, that I usually don't do vlogs, but I decided to do one for this channel today. So don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. And I try to always pick up my brass when I'm done. A couple times I've cleared out, when other shooters have arrived. But that's another benefit to me of showing up with nobody there, is I got plenty of time to do my brass call and pick my brass up. I got some old Russian Wolf ammo that had to go in the garbage. I didn't want to, and people say, well, there's other people out here that can, I don't care. I don't care. I was brought up to police my brass and pick it up when I'm done. Maybe there's some alpha male and leaving their casings behind, like his way of going poo-poo and leaving his mark. I don't know. I don't know why people do it, but I clean up my brass. Okay. I clean up my brass. Yeah, it's a bummer, and I count all the rounds I fire and recover everything I fire. Okay, it's not fun, but I look at it, I go, the range is cleaner, and I didn't leave a footprint. All right, so anyway, don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. See you on the next one.